I We've never experienced anything like this. 3 days and the day of judgment begins. Oh my, people should be praying, because it's still the day of salvation. Isn't that tremendous that even at this late stage, God is still saving people? It is going to happen. It is going to happen. There's no possibility that it will not happen. The whole world is under Judgment Day, and this is and it will continue right up until October 21, 2011, and at that time the whole world will be destroyed.
That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes, an airplane, and Lenny Bruce is not afraid. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine.
89-year-old evangelist Harold Camping predicted that May 21, 2011 would mark the end of the world or Judgment Day, which according to the Bible represents the second coming of Jesus. And as May 21st came and went with no sign of Christ, Camping addressed the public days later during his radio broadcast Open Forum, and according to New York Times, says that May 21st is an invisible Judgment Day, and that October 21st is the last day on earth for all humanity. With Camping's prophecies garnering constant media coverage, Mount SAC students and faculty offered their reactions and opinions surrounding the Judgment Day predictions.
I believe the Christian views of how the world was going to end was a bunch of BS, because in the Bible it says no one will ever know when the world's going to end. So there are hypothetical conclusions and mathematical statements. They're all false. My views on how the world's going to end, I don't know. I hope that I'm not here when it does, but I believe that all good things come to an end.
I don't know, I didn't really go for it. It's not my belief, it's not my religion, so I kind of wasn't into it. It never like crossed my mind like, oh, I'm gonna die this day. But for sure, like if something were to happen like that, I wouldn't get saved. I know that for a fact. But it wasn't like anything I was doubting. That's not my belief. I don't even know. I mean, yeah, Judgment Day, whatever, but I believe that eventually, like, the Son of God is going to come back at some point, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
I think that probably like other people, you want to not pay any attention to it, and you don't really take a lot of thought behind it, like preparing or anything like that. But the thought always crosses your mind, gee, suppose they're right. Suppose, and there's nothing, there's no way you can feel like, what I'm saying, I guess, is no matter how sure you are, life is just too unpredictable to be that sure.
And as the focus and hype continues to surround when the world will end, Professor of Natural Disasters Craig Webb gives insight on how the world might end, in terms of what will bring about the total destruction of the earth.
If you're looking for a disaster or a disaster type, there's really only one that I think really would fit what many of the apocalyptic groups kind of see as the end, so to speak. But that's rarely what they actually focus on. What they tend to focus on are, we're going to see a big earthquake or a big volcano. And one earthquake, one volcano, or even a series of them really isn't going to be end of the world. What they usually miss is what is truly an end of the world as we know it kind of disaster would be an asteroid impact, which has historically throughout Earth's history on several occasions sort of reset the clock, so to speak, and wiped out a huge number of species and allowed another group to sort of take over, whether it be the dinosaurs and the mammals or what you have. So the only really truly apocalyptic event that could occur that would really end humanity as we know it truly would be an asteroid impact. or a series of asteroids that come in and hit the Earth. But what they do basically is these huge objects, we're talking tens of miles across, they come in with such force and such energy, they severely disrupt the atmosphere. They kick up a huge amount of dirt and debris into the atmosphere, which blocks out the sun for a period of days, if not months. And that, if you block out the sun, then you've effectively killed off photosynthesis, or delayed it, or slowed it down, I should say. And that disrupts the whole food chain. And